The night was silent, but Ozan's soul was screaming. He stood in the middle of Baba Oregon's shrine, his body shaking, his mind on the edge of madness. The air smelled of blood and burnt offerings. Shadows moved along the walls, whispering his name. He could feel them, Ovi and Olamide. They were here. Watching. Waiting. Ozan had thought he had won. He had made the sacrifices. He had paid the price. But the spirits were never satisfied. Tonight, he had been given one final choice. Your mother, Baba Oregon's voice was heavy, like the weight of death itself. You must give her to them. Ozan's breath hitched. His mother. The only person who had ever truly loved him. The woman who had struggled for him, prayed for him, begged him to leave this life behind. His legs trembled. No, he whispered. Baba Oregon's eyes darkened. Then you must give them something else. A sacrifice of equal value. Ozan swallowed hard. What else do they want? The ritualist's lips curled into something between a smile and a sneer. Your legs. Silence filled the shrine. Even the spirits seemed to pause. Ozan felt his knees go weak. His legs. His freedom. His power. If he agreed to this, he would never walk again. Never stand tall. Never run from his enemies. He clenched his fists. There must be another way. Baba Oregon shook his head. The spirits do not bargain. Either you give them your mother, or you give them your legs. Ozan felt like the walls were closing in. He could hear Ovi's voice in his head, laughing. You thought you could escape. You thought you could win. Tears burned in his eyes. He had come too far. He had lost too much. But his mother. He fell to his knees. Take my legs, he choked. Baba Oregon nodded. The spirits whispered, their voices curling around him like snakes. The ritual begins, the old man murmured. Two men dragged Ozan to the center of the shrine. A large, chalk-drawn circle covered the ground. Skulls surrounded it, their empty eye sockets staring at him. In the middle of the circle, a small wooden platform stood, covered in dried blood. Baba Oregon stepped forward, holding a thin blade. Stretch out your legs, he commanded. Ozan's body went cold. He wanted to run, but there was nowhere to go. Slowly, he extended his legs. The ritualist raised the knife. May the spirits accept this sacrifice. The blade flashed. Pain. Blinding. Excruciating. Ozan's scream filled the night as the blade sliced deep into his flesh. Blood poured onto the ground, soaking into the dirt like an offering to the gods. His body convulsed. His vision blurred. Then, darkness. He woke up to chanting. His body felt numb. He tried to move, but his legs, they were gone. Tears spilled down his face. He had done it. He had given them everything. Or so he thought. Baba Oregon stepped forward, holding a small, rusted cage. Inside, a skeletal chicken scratched desperately at the bars. Its eyes were wild. Its feathers were dirty. It was starving. Ozan's heart pounded. What is this? The final test, Baba Oregon said. He placed a wooden bowl on the ground, filling it with bright yellow grains of corn. The spirits will now decide how long you have left. Ozan's stomach twisted. What do you mean? Baba Oregon unlocked the cage. This chicken has been starved for 7 days. It will eat. And however many grains of corn it consumes. That is the number of years you have left on this earth. Ozan's blood turned to ice. No. This couldn't be happening. He had already lost his legs. That was supposed to be enough. But the spirits were never satisfied. Baba Oregon stepped back. The cage door swung open. The chicken hesitated, its beady eyes flickering toward Ozan. Then, it stepped forward. Ozan held his breath. The chicken sniffed the grains. Its sharp beak twitched. Then, it pecked. 1. Ozan squeezed his eyes shut. Keep eating. Please keep eating. The chicken pecked again. 2. Then it stopped. Ozan's eyes flew open. The chicken looked up at him. Its thin throat bobbed. Then, it turned away. The bowl was still full. Ozan's heart dropped. No, he whispered. The chicken staggered back toward its cage. It flapped its weak wings and collapsed dead. Barbara Oregon's voice was hollow. 2 grains of corn. Ozan's breath came in ragged gasps. What does that mean? The ritualist looked at him with pity. You have 2 years left to live. Ozan let out a broken, shuddering sob. The haunting begins again. The days that followed were worse than death. Ozan was carried back to his mansion. He had everything: money, power, luxury. But he had no legs. And now, he had no future. He couldn't sleep. Because every time he closed his eyes, he saw them. Ovi. Olamide. His old friends, standing at the foot of his bed, whispering. 2 years, Ozan. They watched him. Followed him. Laughed at him. His mother came to visit, but he refused to see her. He couldn't let her know what he had done. He started drinking more. Smoking more. But nothing could silence the whispers. One night, he sat in his wheelchair, staring at his reflection. His skin was pale. His eyes were sunken. Then, a shadow moved behind him. He turned sharply. Ovi stood in the corner of the room, smiling. You thought it was over. Ozan's breath hitched. He tried to move, but his body was frozen. Ovi stepped closer. His face was twisted with anger. His skin was rotting. His eyes were hollow pits. 2 years, Ozan. His voice was a whisper of death. 2 years, and then your hours. Ozan screamed. The final descent. Ozan stopped leaving his house. He stopped trusting people. He hired a doctor, hoping to get prosthetic legs. But the wounds never healed. The doctors didn't understand. His flesh refused to close. It was like the spirits wanted him to suffer. Months passed. His paranoia grew. Then, on the night of his 29th birthday, he woke up to the sound of wings flapping. His room was filled with chickens. Hundreds of them. Their beady eyes stared at him. Their beaks clicked. Then, they attacked. Ozan screamed as sharp beaks tore into his flesh. Blood splattered the walls. He thrashed, but there was no escape. And standing in the doorway, watching, Ovi, Olamide, Barbara Oregon, and his mother. Tears filled her eyes. My son, what have you done? Ozan's screams faded into the night. And then, silence. 2 years later, a new young boy stood before Barbara Oregon's shrine, eager for wealth. He was given the same warning, the same choices. And deep in the shadows, Ozan watched. His hollow eyes gleamed. His broken soul whispered. The cycle continues.